Hello and welcome to another Synapse video of the week. In this week's video, we are going to be talking about the importance of being prepared for a hospital stay when you have Parkinson's, as well as a fantastic resource to help you in that preparation. So to get right on into it, let's talk about why it's important to be prepared for a hospital stay. And that is because I'm going to show you here some stats. This is straight from the Parkinson's Foundation website. And each year in the US, nearly 1/3 of people with Parkinson's will experience a hospital stay, whether that be a planned stay or an unplanned stay. But that's a lot. Think about that. Think about all the people you know with Parkinson's, and 1/3 of those people may have to go to the hospital in the next year. And here's the scary thing is that when people are in the hospital, 3 out of 4 people with Parkinson's do not receive their medications on time. And that's just crazy. This leads to so many complications for people not receiving their medications on time. So stopping or poor administration of Parkinson's medications during a hospital stay can lead to medical emergencies and worsening symptoms, worsening Parkinson's symptoms. And that can become a really big issue for people because if your Parkinson's symptoms are worse during your hospital stay, then your medical team becomes concerned that there's something else going on. They may not understand that what they're seeing is because you have not been getting your medications on time. And they may think, oh my goodness, what's going on? They came in able to walk and now they're having a lot of difficulty walking. Again, not realizing it's because you haven't been getting your medications. And they think, oh gosh, now we need to do a bunch of tests to see if something else has happened, when really you just need your medications on time. This has also led to people having longer hospital stays, not only because of not getting medications on time, but also because people with Parkinson's are at an increased risk for infections and delirium and surgical complications. Okay, so between all of this combined, what happens is that things that could have been preventable are not prevented, and then you wind up with a longer hospital stay, having more tests done than you needed, and potentially not being able to discharge home, having to go to a skilled nursing facility or something along those lines. But a lot of this can be prevented. Another word on infections. This is something that I have heard from many of you. This is unfortunately a very common experience, is that you may have a more mild infection like a urinary tract infection and wind up going to the hospital because it is causing your body to kind of shut down in ways. And what happens with Parkinson's is that when all of your energy is going into fighting an infection, a lot of other things shut down. Your normal functions shut down, your Parkinson's symptoms get worse. And again, the medical team says, oh my gosh, what's going on? Are they having a stroke? What's happening? Let's get them in the MRI. Let's see what's going on. I have known many of people that they thought were having a stroke that had Parkinson's, that either actually just had a minor infection or just were not receiving their medications on time in the hospital. So preparing for your stay and informing your healthcare team when you are there can be really important to having the best outcomes for yourself while you are there. So let's talk about what we can do about that. So the Parkinson's Foundation has a really wonderful kit that they have put together. It's called the Aware and Care Kit, and it's a hospital care kit. And you can see that pictured here. There's a couple different ways to get it, but one way to get it is as this little pouch that you see here. And in it, there's a bunch of resources that you fill out to, one, educate yourself and to educate the medical team. You also, with this little kit, it's real handy because you can keep all of that information in the kit. It also provides a place to put your Parkinson's medication in it, to take it to the hospital with you, your emergency contact information. It comes with a medical ID bracelet that says that you have Parkinson's. So it can be a really handy thing to have prepared to take with you when you go. Like I said, there are a couple different ways to get this. You can go to the website. I'm going to be including the link in the show notes for this. You can go to that website and you can either download all of the print information if you don't want to get the actual kit. And then I would suggest creating your own little bag to take with you. Or you can order the kit as you see pictured here for only $8 in shipping. It is otherwise free. So let's look at some of the documents that are included. Again, you can download these straight from the site if you like. And there's the hospital action plan, which is about a 24-page document. We are just going to show you a few of the pages from there right now, but I think that this is a fantastic resource for you to learn how to prepare for your hospital stay. In it, it covers 6 steps to optimum care, which include preparing your Aware and Care kit, finding a good hospital with all the questions you should be asking of them, being vocal during your stay, getting moving with therapy during your stay, staying on top of your care and how to do that, and how to follow up and provide feedback. There's also a checklist for a planned hospital stay, a checklist for an emergency situation, and the special considerations for all of these topics, such as having DBS, trouble swallowing, dietary needs, if you're somebody that often feels dizzy or faint, balance issues, if you have Parkinson's related dementia, or hallucinations, delusions, anything like that, they should definitely be aware of that and how to communicate that with your medical team while you are there. So again, just a few things here. It shows you those steps for preparing your Aware and Care kit, such as completing the medication forms, the medical alert forms, your emergency contact list, and including your Parkinson's medications. There's those questions when you're looking for a good hospital. Again, we don't always have a choice in what hospital we go to. But if you see here, step 2, finding a good hospital, there's some really great questions to be asking. So call ahead of time and ask them if they have a neurologist available to consult with you while you are there. Do they stock a wide range of Parkinson's medications in their pharmacy? And do they have any rules on people bringing in their own medications? So there are many people that do that because they know that their medications work well for them. A lot of times when you go to the hospital, they will give you whatever form of the medications they have. So ask if you can bring in your own medications and take them because you know they work for you. Ask how they handle requests for taking medications at specific times of the day, because again, you are on a specific schedule when you have Parkinson's for getting your medication. And again, there are some other questions there that you can be asking people. A lot of that is the same in that step 3, be vocal, to be having those conversations with people. Make sure that you are also sharing with them the information that you have. Give them the information sheet for healthcare providers that we are going to be going over so that they can better understand Parkinson's, the symptoms, and the medications too. Let's see, what else do we have here? It can be really important to get moving right away. So ask to consult with a physical therapist while you are there so that you can get moving and out of bed and regain your mobility as best as possible. You also may need to work with the occupational or speech therapy team to help you manage the other symptoms that come up. Let's see. Some great suggestions in step 5 here, like staying on top of your care, never agreeing to any treatment that you are not certain about. Make sure that you really get all your questions answered while you are there. If you are going to be having anesthesia for any reason, really make sure that they talk to your Parkinson's doctor about that, because there are a lot of complications that can come up from that. All right, so again, there's that checklist for a planned hospital stay, all the things that you should do. Okay, and there are also checklists for an unplanned hospital stay. So that was the hospital action plan. And now some of the other forms that come in there are the medication form. This just helps you to clearly state what medications you take, listing out who your doctor or neurologist is, your primary care physician, the pharmacy that you usually use, checking the box if you have any of these additional symptoms that they should be aware of or other medical conditions. And then you get to list out all of the medications that you take and the timing of taking those. If you have your own sheet, feel free to use that, but bring this with you to the hospital when you go. Then probably as a healthcare provider, one of my favorite sheets is this last one, which is the hospital care fact sheet. And this is something that you are going to give to the medical team. They even suggest that during a hospital stay, you give it to every nurse that is in charge of your care. So it is common that there will be a shift change, different nurse during the day as compared to at night. There also may be a different nursing team the next day if you stay for more than one day. So have multiple copies of this. If you order the actual kit, it will come with, I think, 10 copies of this for you to give out to people. But you're going to give it to each one of your medical team so that they can all be informed about this. And it really talks about the importance of getting your medication on time every time and to not skip or postpone doses. And it's really common in the hospital. There are certain schedules that the nurses usually keep with medications, or they get busy seeing somebody else and might be late giving a medication. But this does not work for you. You really need to get yours on time every time. So be very vocal and give them the sheet so that they understand the importance of that. There are some other things in here about things that should not be used, medications. You can see that there is a whole list here of medications that are safe for certain situations and medications that should be avoided because they are known to cause complications or to increase confusion or delirium for people with Parkinson's. So this can be a very important list to hand out to your care team. Also included on that sheet, this is the back side of it, is just an overview of the common symptoms of Parkinson's. Not everybody in the healthcare field is well versed in what Parkinson's is. Most people think of it as, tremor or slow movement, but they have no idea all the different things that can come along with this, especially the non-motor symptoms that can happen. So this can be very helpful for them to have a better idea. And it lists out what are the common medications that you might be taking so that they can know about that as well. Okay, so that is it. There's a lot of information to cover, but I hope that really helps you in preparing for your hospital stay. And again, even if you don't have a planned stay, maybe if you have a surgery or something like that, that something is going to be happening. But if you don't, it is important to be prepared because you never know when something could happen and you might want this information with you and be prepared. So I hope you find that useful. Go on and order your kit today and fill it out so that you are prepared. This video is brought to you by Synapse Fitness Foundation, a nonprofit empowering people with Parkinson's to live their best lives through exercise, education, and connection to others. The presenter of today's video is Dr. Kelly Becker, physical therapist and founder of Synapse Fitness Foundation. If you found today's video useful, please click the like button and forward this video onto somebody that you think would find this useful. Thank you.